for once, Ben Turner seems to have gone missing. Well, I can see one of the locals out there, so let's go and have a word with him about the pitch. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me something about your pitch?
Oh, Harlick Henry, so nice to see you, old boy. It's been a long time.
My dear old thing.
Yes, I can tell you something about the pitch here, actually. In '81, when we began, it was an artificial surface. We had it for 2 years, but then the feeling was that we couldn't get international cricket here seriously unless we got turf wickets. We then tried, on the outer side of the square, we tried some local clay. It didn't work too well, so then we got some brought in from Pakistan, placed near Sialkot. And you can see that that binds together beautifully, and I would suggest that it's even better than Fenner's, Henry.
Thank you very much. Shake, rattle, and roll. Well, the two captains are coming out now to toss, so we must leave the shake and go and join our old friend, Simon Reed.
Got it. So you decided to bowl?
Yeah, we have. You know, just looking at the games that have been played over the last week, there seems to have been a little bit more bounce and a little bit more on it early on. And we just want to make a tactical change today and chase second.
And the team news, has Hart passed his test?
No, he hasn't, unfortunately. So we've got Danny Morrison and Matthew Hart out, and we're playing the same 11 as we did against Sri Lanka.
Okay. Salim, so you decided that you're going to have to bat?
Yeah, we are batting. So it's good experience. So far we not batted first, so hopefully it's going to be in our favor.
Any total in your mind?
I think so far 250 should be a good total here.
And your team news?
Same team. We're playing with the same team.
Okay, all the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, Pakistan again looking immensely strong. Their batting is brimful of attacking stroke makers, with the dangerous Wasim coming at 7. They have 6 bowlers to work with, although Asif Mujtaba is yet to bowl in this series. New Zealand obviously don't have the same kind of firepower. They'll be hoping that Dion Nash can get amongst the wickets, as he did against Sri Lanka, and that Heath Davis, who bowled with anxiety against the Sri Lankans, will be more aggressive today. Let's go down to the boundary now and rejoin Henry.
Well, the scene is set, and one always says, it's an old truism, isn't it, that the first hour will be the most crucial. Today, I think Gavin Larson will be hoping that there may be just a fraction of surface moisture in the pitch. There was yesterday, and the Indian seam bowlers did make the odd ball lift, and the Australians had to play a little more cautiously than they might have anticipated. If this happens, the New Zealanders might pick up a couple of early wickets, and if so, gain a useful early advantage.
And the first ball of the morning coming up. This the second semi-final. It's a wide, and the first run on the ball.
I think that it's very important that New Zealand are bowling first here, because they haven't been able to work out the speed of their run chase, batting first. Bowling against these two openers, it won't be easy either. It's a tall order for him.
Uppish, and it's down to the square leg fence, a little fine for 4, but it was played off his pads, and it was a little uppish, but well clear of the fielder.
There was a cry of expectation there, because it was hit in the air. And good approach, although he doesn't really accelerate. He just ambles in at the same, and see, he looks through the inside of the arm, doesn't really get the body right.
Yes, he's been a regular visitor for the match. I dare say he's looking for
water.
And I'm sure some very delicious bread, paratha.
So he'll have the food basket with it. Oh, maybe it is. Just ours, not that shape normally. Third game in this tournament, the first time though for New Zealand.
Short and through mid-wicket. It's going to be a possible 4. It's going to be a long chase, and it's been flicked back just inside the boundary line.
Dion Nash did well there. In fact, he almost head-butted the hoardings. Does well there to pull it back in. Good commitment. but just getting perilously close there to the advertisement hoardings.
And that's going to be 4. Beautifully played. 18 for no wicket. To Saeed Anwar, who's on strike. And that's going to be 4. Beautiful shot. What lovely timing. Turn of the wrists, and the ball just sped away, singeing the grass to the boundary for 4.
The line was perfect for the shot, though, so that all Saeed Anwar had to do was to make sure that he worked out the correct line. Across 6 or 8 inches, otherwise he'll be in further trouble.
Oh, a big hit. Could be the first 6 of the morning. And it is.
Well, the difference with this one is it's not quite as far up to him, so he was able to get under it, and he hit it for 6 at the end of the over, 34 without loss.
And so early on. It's a lovely shot through the covers, 4 runs. Glorious extra cover drive.
So just a pity there that Pringle wasn't able to get it on the spot. He ended up handing out a wide.
It's against the Sri Lankans, and like the ones they were too. And that's a beautiful shot. Foot forward, and just laid the bat down. Nothing too expansive, but away it went. 4 more.
But it wasn't on the up, it was very full. And all he had to do was to find the gap, and he clipped.
That's through. Despairing dive from Harris, who has been outstanding in the field, but just eludes him.
Well, that's a crashing cover drive. That has stayed hit. And
that's gone again, flying away from Anwar. He is in quite breathtaking form, and look at Nash's face. He can't quite believe what's happening to him.
Yes, I think definitely here there was nothing wrong with the ball, maybe just a little bit on middle and leg rather than off and middle. And Saeed Anwar perfectly placing that ball, beautifully in position to place it where he wanted to. He's one of the most exciting batsmen that Pakistan has produced.
Well, I think we got him out there, and Dion Nash gives him a wave goodbye. But having lauded him to the heights, that was a little reckless.
Yes, I think it was more a wicket presented to the New Zealand bowler Nash there, and there was no need for that, but that's the way Saeed has been playing, and I don't really think that is what we expect.
No.
Well, I think it's sad to see.
Here he is to Inzamam. Well, that's going to increase the strike rate, but that's going for 4. It was on Inzamam's legs, and he hit it very well indeed.
That certainly is not going to help the captain's confidence. Inzamam has seen Larsen in action before. He knows what he bowls. So he was down the wicket, knowing that Larsen is just military medium pace, and flick over mid-wicket for a boundary. Due course, if you have big crowds, apart from the designer sunglasses that the players wear, you might even have headphones where the captain can pass on instructions.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. 4 more. A push drive. He timed it so well.
He is a sweet timer of the ball, isn't he? There wasn't too much power in it. Look at the way he's just pushed. He hasn't hit it, he's just pushed it, and but because he's timed it so well, the ball has raced away to the boundary. It has been, there's no question that Thompson has come on.
In early March. Here he is now to Amir Sohail. Oh, and that's what a fine stroke. It gave him a bit of width, a flashing drive. And Thompson, like Larsen, has seen his first ball disappear for 4.
Also just goes to show how good this wicket is. The ball was not a half volley.
Jaders are coming in to join that little group. Poor old Dickie. Well, that was, I'm afraid, a long hop that got what it deserved. Amir Sohail won't waste those sort of offerings.
Yesterday, Mark Taylor clung on to a similar shot from Sachin Tendulkar. This one was, of course, a little wider of the short mid-wicket fielder.
So 90 in 13 and a half overs. 16 runs. That's the tallest skyscraper so far. The morning's Empire State Building. That was... He was opening the pace, he was trying to get it fine, it was a little bit edgy, it went a fraction finer than he intended, but it's 4 more runs.
Well, this is the regular one-day shot, opening the face of the bat, seeing the third man.
From 14 overs, it's Tom.
Might be a way to go.
And that's cut away, square of the wicket, lovely square cut. And that's 3. Thick outside edge, guided away, and it's 4 runs to the third man boundary, 106 for 1. And Larson now not quite on his knees, but at this stage he must be quite desperate. 106 for 1 in the 16th over. 106 for 1. Thompson will bowl the 17th over.
He's got 4 on the offside, saving the single, and 1 on the on. I don't know if it'll stay that way for too long.
Makes room, square cuts, 4 runs, backward point boundary. Lovely shot. He made the room there as he cut it away for 4.
There's too much width here, and the offside sweeper is in front of point. He's clipped. We should see a great match. It's 2 days away.
This game is by
collected.
That one's past mid-off, ball racing away, 4 runs to the mid-off boundary. 118 for 1. Good shot by Sohail.
Yes, it is. It was wide. And
so 44 to Sohail, Inzamam 28. 118 for 9. The 19th over about to start. Thompson the bowler, and it's going to be Glenn Turner and Simon Reed.
let's just reach a shuffle of the field around here.
Thanks, Glenn. Yes. It's relentless. Inzamam gradually moving up the gears, and the scoring rate threatening to be very soon as good as it was early on.
There's enough width there.
That's still, there it is, half century for Amir Sohail.
It's a very nicely played mark, very sensibly played mark, because
The big man in Inzamam Haq. Here's Thompson. And that's gone between the 2 fielders there at long on and deep mid-wicket. 4 runs. That was well placed by Inzamam.
Well, that was a terrific shot, because there's not that much of a gap between deep mid-wicket and long gone. And he's bisected the fielders so well. You can see that's not much of a gap. Terrific shot.
You can see where he gets his power from, can't you? Thompson throwing that one a little bit wider, but Inzamam saw it, opened the pace, and has run it down to the untenanted third man area for 2 runs. And that is Inzamam ul Haq's 50. His second 50 in successive matches. He's striking a rich vein of form then towards the end of the tournament. Another lovely shot, 4 runs. That was timed and placed beautifully by Inzamam ul Haq. Goodness me, he's batting well.
And that's the hallmark of a class player. Hitting the ball and then finding the gaps. There's no point hitting the ball hard straight to the fielder. And Inzamam ul Haq
Takes the run rate. Swept, and swept well. 4 runs to the fine leg area. 1-7-4 for 1.
Well, the field that Thompson's got, he can't afford to drift it down there, and he knows that because there's no one back on the sweep. He's got a deep mid-wicket, but he hasn't got the orthodox man on the sweep trying to...
Having a go at boundaries and sixes.
And he's flogged that mercilessly. To me, he looks like a man playing against a bunch of kids.
Yes, I think just as I said it, that the New Zealand bowlers are not giving away the boundaries. Inzamam produced that shot, and surely, and I wonder what he must be thinking of his decision now. But I suppose he knew that.
Again, just playing with a despairing dive from Dion Nash. But he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yes, that was improvisation. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew that the fielder has been brought up into the ring.
The pin, the Pakistani's bat. And it...
Supposing there's a catch taken close to the ground.
Oh, he played that just wide there of Harris at mid-wicket, and away it goes for 4 more runs, and the torrent of runs continues to the delight of most of the spectators here, who obviously are supporting Pakistan.
Well, it would have been a truly fantastic catch if Harris had latched onto that one, but it was too wide of him.
The nearest the frame, nearest us, is he's a politician from Pakistan. Am I right in thinking he's the Minister of Health, or was the Minister of Health, Sonny? Oh, in tremendous form, aren't they, the crowd? Here's Nash to Inzamam. And that is going to be his 100. It is 4 runs. Inzamam ul Haq goes to 101. He has got there first. Sohail still on 95. It was a gift, a full toss, he hit it for 4 and waves to his adoring fans.
And what a superb knock this has been. Right from the time he's arrived at the crease, he's been middling the ball. Oops.
Oh my goodness me, that's a painful celebration.
Yes, I think Inzamam was looking at the ball. He didn't look at the bowler.
Sri Lanka. And our old friend, the Old Testament prophet, he's in mid-season form as well. He's having a hard baptism in his first spell as New Zealand captain. He's in the air, but it's through the gap, and that's 4 more. Really, these batsmen doing just what they like with the ball.
Well, he's now toying with the bowling, isn't he? I mean, look at that. Just flicking the ball over the fielder who's been brought into the circle.
Inzamam. It's over the top, 4 more, chipping it over the top with the greatest possible ease. Well, this is really more a procession than a game of cricket at the moment.
Well, the way he's batting now, particularly after his 100, it does look as if...
momentum. bat to the dressing room, and everyone round the ground clapping him, a great many coming.
Unit manager, floor manager, you name it.
Oh, that's a lovely hit. Straight over the bowler's head, 4 runs, straight down the wicket that. 2, 6, 7 for 1. And now the charge really underway. Pakistan, there you see that beautiful shot, straight over the bowler's head.
Well, Larsson's rather gratified there that it wasn't a little bit...
hit to long on, 4 runs, the ball travelling far too quickly for the long on there, even to run across and cut it off. That was really firmly hit with all the bulk, in the ground bulk behind it.
Gave himself some room there, just to try and get his legs outside the ball so he could hit it straighter. There's a long on back there, Young. And Young didn't have to make a lot of ground, but the ball went so quickly.
A big hit, could be a 6. We'll have to wait for the fielder's signal. No, it's a 4. Over the mid-wicket fielder and first bounce into the boundary line.
Larsson tried to get it on the block.
3 deliveries. And it's Harris now bowling to Sohail, who moves away from his stumps and plays it down to third man for 4. Harris quite disappointed there that he didn't play it on to the stumps, but the ball going past the stumps for 4.
Well, Sohail gave himself just too much room really there, and it was a nick, and Harris probably felt that he'd done him, but he just got a little nick on the ball to take it wide of the stumps.
Another big hit, could be 4. The ball travelling to the deep square leg area. It's 4 runs. And now both these batsmen throwing their bat at every delivery, trying to pile on the agony. And let's watch that again. The big heave, and it's gone for 4.
It's a question of just how strong these two are now. They don't appear to be showing too many signs of wear. But if they did, then they'd need to leave it to someone else, but they're doing nicely enough.
That's over mid-wicket. Could be another 4. There's a fielder running there, and it's 4 runs to the mid-wicket boundary. 2.99 for 1. The crowd on their feet. And this is a real romp.
It is, and perhaps they've conserved their strength sufficiently with their just angling between the stumps.
He might be wanting to go in, and before play resumes, it's going to be Simon Reed to take you to the close of the innings.
He's looking at if there's a ball wicket.
Ends arm on 1-2-8. And that's smashed in the air. But, only a couple.
And we have that one, a real slog across the line, and Young down there made some progress, but Inzamam tried to get under it. I'm sure there's easier ways to hit 6 than attempt that. It pitched and the ball will sail away on its own.
He's just fetched that round. It's a long run again for Davis. It's too much. Excellent shot. He spotted the field gap and straight in. 311 for 1.
Well, there was the example of picking his spot right
against Bangladesh 4 years ago. That's the record here in Sharjah. So 20
is going to win this game on their own.
Well timed, well placed, super shot from Amir Sohail.
Once again, Nash tried to get it in the block hole, I'm sure. It ends up a low full toss. And Sohail picking his spot very nicely there through extra cover or square cover. So Pringle has the unenviable task of bowling the last over.
And that's up in the air a long, long way. And that's Douglas underneath it. And the end of a monumental innings from Amar Sahel. He looked to be getting tired, they both have in the last few minutes, and that was a bit of a tired shot, but so much for these fans to enjoy over the last 3.5 hours.
Yes, it was dragged down a little short. He had to club it with the cross bat, and just hitting a little high on the bat. Douglas at long on, coming in, steadying himself, and taking it reverse cut very easily. So Pakistan eventually lose their second wicket at 3:20 in the 50th.
The bat's gone miles, right over the top, way up into the stand there, and he finishes with a flourish. That's the end, and just about the end of New Zealand. What a way to finish from Wasim Akram.
Well, Douglas was back at long on. He just watched it go. Look, he's walking off already. He's decided that
it's lunch.
It's lunch, and it was going to go many a mile, and he's not bothered. They can keep it up there for all he cares.
But what an innings for Inzamam ul-Haq. Played his part in a major stand, 263 for the second wicket. The highest for any wicket ever here in Sharjah. So there's the scoreboard as the players take lunch. 328 for 2, just 10 short of the all-time record. Anwar with a little cameo knock as it looks now compared with the figures that followed it. That super stand between Sahel and Inzamam ul-Haq. And the bowling, well, it wasn't that bad, not as bad as it looks, but everyone was going to get punished.
Yes, and there's only a couple under bowling today.
Well, this is the wickets package. It's not going to take long. Saeed Anwar, after a wonderful cameo innings, told where to go by Dion Nash. And here, the second wicket right at the end in the 50th over. Sahel, Douglas pouching it. Pringle, the bowler, and he went for 134. And there's Inzamam's progress right the way through. Very solid, very quick, and very impressive.
And that was Henry, first delivery. And it's short, lifting, outside the off stump, and it's through to the keeper. See that ball pitching on the stump.
Oh, he did no ball it very quickly anyway.
Quick outside edge, where second slip would have been uppish, down to third man for 4. 13 for no wicket. Business while having fun. That's beautifully played. 4 runs to the square leg fence. Lovely timing. Hartland, a wristy shot.
Flipping it off his pads.
Waving away. Immediate reaction. They're in the field for the catch behind, and he's out. Brilliant catch by Rashid Latif. And Hartland is gone.
So it looked here, it's hard to tell on replay, but it looks as though he's starting to walk or starting to run. Probably helped the umpire a little bit make the decision as it happened. But he appeared to be happy enough, 19 for 1.
Touch that. Touched it well. Yes, beautifully timed.
Yes, Akib in fact had a fielder placed there for that shot, and here pitching it short on the legs, not getting the height that the batsman would have liked.
one of the greats there, Imran Khan. And just beyond him, you can see another of the world's great bowlers, Abdul Qadir,
Yes, that's
signing autographs.
Yes, that's Abdul Qadir. It's nice to see him. He has been a bit unlucky with his fitness, and that's the reason he's not in the squad.
That's a great shot. Rory just leaning on it, and through extra cover it goes. They need plenty more of that, but that's a start.
Yes, that was a beautiful shot.
34 for 1.
I think they're quite pleased to be here, and the fact that the New Zealand team made it to the semi-finals when they came so close to being beaten by Sri Lanka.
He's got that through, and that's 4. Just feeling his way in. And Young takes full advantage there.
Yes, first ball by Atar Rahman, enough width for the batsman, right spot, and with no protection for the boundary line, 4 runs.
Spinning the field just in front of square. So he's on 11 now. And that's gone behind square. That's another 4.
That's a beautiful shot. Better. Again, there's a same line and same length, enough width for the batsman.
It's good for him to get into batsman rhythm for the Tour of England to follow.
Atar Rahman to Young. There we go again. That's 4 more. That's another fine stroke. Well, that was absolutely splendid. The 50 is up in the 10th over.
With another short pitch delivery. This was even shorter than the previous one.
Oh, isn't that rather nice, isn't it? The diamonds there. A rather solemn spectator. I think she would like to laugh, but doesn't quite go around to it. That's better. Aqib Javed. And that's a fine stroke by Adam Perori. It was short, it was a little bit wide. He used the width and placed it very well indeed between short extra cover and cover point.
Super shot, that.
That's a good stroke. Anything Young can do, I can do better. Hitting through the line, playing it late, finding the gap, 4 runs.
Yes, once again, the wicket playing a big part in that. It's such a lovely wicket to bat on.
Miracle now. Yes, we'll see it pull again. Oh, well picked up by Wasim Akram. That was a beautiful piece of fielding.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? One normally expects fast bowlers to relax at deep fine leg. Fast bowlers.
Ryan Young. Answer Wicketkeeper, now an opening batsman. Oh, he's gone. He couldn't get on top of it. Saeed Anwar has taken the catch above his head at cover. New Zealand have lost their 2nd wicket, and it is Brian Young, the man who is out. A brave innings, a brave end, defiant to the last.
And success finally for Atar Rahman. He's taken some punishment, but he's kept plugging on. And there's the reward for him, a fine catch overhead by Saeed Anwar, making a contribution on the field as well. And New Zealand have lost their 2nd wicket for 60 seconds.
Aqib Javed. I say, that's a wonderful stroke, taking a step down the wicket to Aqib Javed and then producing a stroke like that. That was tremendous.
You know, Henry, I'm not too sure fast bowlers enjoy playing in limited overs cricket. I mean, batsmen would never dream of playing such shots in test matches.
That's the Pakistani ambassador. Sitting next to him is a very keen cricket enthusiast, Rishi Kapoor. He's an Indian film actor and very keen on cricket.
He's picked the gap there expertly. And through it goes. Salim didn't think it deserved quite that, but that was a fine shot from Thompson.
Yes, it just shows how slow it is. And you know, Thompson perhaps has realized that the ball...
And that's gone for 4. 1 for 8 for 2. It's going to be silent.
And I think you're right, they really do.
1, 6, 8 for 2. There are 7.
And that one's going to go for 4 to the extra cover boundary. 195 for 2.
Yes, that was a great shot if he really got to the pitch of the ball. But I feel that New Zealand must...
2, it's Larson, the captain. That's a big hit, could be a 6. The umpire waiting, and it's a 4. First bounce. Let's watch it again.
Yes, he's been trying to play that stroke for a while, and he's finally succeeded. Normally he just mistimed it because the ball was coming so slowly.
Jeff,
he must be happy.
Oh, that could be a run out. He's gone. What a mix-up. Bad luck. Let's watch it again. What a horrible mix-up, Imran.
Well, I'm afraid I have to blame him for being run out because he in fact did look to go for a run and then stopped. And he's paid the price.
Thompson has run out. 199 for 3. Gets a good ovation from the crowd. And this is the 40th over. 7 is average and 150 is highest. 90 at Napier, 93, 94 versus India, and one of New Zealand's up to their 200. And Fleming comes down the wicket, and it's a wide, and Rashid Latif missed the ball. Let's watch it again. He was well out of his crease. Ball keeping a little low. Still, he should have taken that, and possible stumping chance there. Oh, it's through him. He's bowled. That ball went right under his bat. And Fleming, short innings has come to an end, and that has brought the crowd back to life. Amir Sohail getting that right through. He played all over it. On top and walked himself.
That was in fact a very good ball by Amir Sohail because the previous one was flighted and this one he bowled a faster Yorker. The change of pace really is what got to Fleming.
So big interest now whether Farole can get to his 100. He's on 82. Malik Favola, and he's out, caught at cover. What a great catch by Ejaz. He smacked that one straight to cover, and let's watch it again. What a great catch.
That was a superb catch. Ejaz has been one of the best fielders ever produced by Pakistan, and you know, there he shows his class, although previously he had dropped a couple of catches.
So Farore caught Ejaz, bowled Salim Malik 82, New Zealand 204 for the loss of 5 wickets. A wonderful hand for him as he comes back. some of the...
That's right, and that was an extremely enjoyable series, one-day series.
The one-day series was marvellous, and that tied match in the end at Georgetown, but after that, in the Test series, I'm afraid Pakistan did something similar to what England are doing at the moment. Well, there we see the two managers.
And a stumping chance missed.
Well, that one hasn't been, but he could have dropped. In fact, it's bowled in. I thought it had been the keeper who taken off. It's bowled in, so Douglas is out. That's another wicket down. And so New Zealand... Yes, that hit the top of the middle stump. So Douglas has gone. It's rather a disappointing fate with their colours flying, but they never really made any effort to see if a miracle was going to happen, did they?
Absolutely, Henry. I was quite disappointed. Once the two batsmen were in, this is one of the easiest wickets to hit the ball.
To bowl on quite such a flat surface, it's the one now. Well, that's a good, robust stroke there by Chris Harris, and it's going away, I think, for 4. It is. And beating Amir, rather Saeed Anwar out there. There even now. I mean, this really has fulfilled one of life's dreams.
Well, once the doors open, I think that would be the time.
Well, yes, they should almost wheel you in on the first stretcher, but maybe that's not quite the way to go. Anyway,
here we see Inzamam on the screen. He loves his rest, as you can see. He's enjoying himself sitting outside while the team is fielding in the sun. If I was the captain, I wouldn't allow him these luxuries.
Oh, that was a fairly unfriendly way for Wasim Akram to welcome Nash, but no ball was called. Not quite certain. It was a marginal one, that. Anyway, Nash went too eager to get onto the front foot after that.
Also shows how easy it is for Wasim to bowl that bouncer with that whippy action.
Oh, that's out. That is the 7th wicket down. Nash has gone, bowled by Wasim Akram. And so this match really now effectively over. 218 for 7 New Zealand, the innings in ruins.
The reason why Wasim...
So it's the last we see of New Zealand before they...
Picked things up a little in the West Indies in recent times, haven't they? Perhaps not very recent. I was thinking of the Test match that they won.
Yes.
And I suppose it's difficult to beat in England. Most sides are at home. England are no exception.
One for the overthrow. It's a tough call. Raza do so well, but unfortunately no one backing up.
Once again,
Harris on strike. He's on 30. Got a bit of contact on that, but unfortunately... Oh, no! Atul Rahman somehow contrived to drop it, and you can see Salim Malik giving him an old-fashioned stare there as he walks back.
yes, well, you're right. He got hold of that one much better. Still not well enough to clear the edge, and that's straight down Rahman's throat. And he just, actually, he made the mistake of just trying to time his movement so that he arrived on the scene as the ball arrived. You should get there as soon as you can and steady yourself. He didn't do that.
And you don't drop catches off the skipper. 2-6-1 for 7.
A feast of boundaries, but very few have cleared the boundary.
So the last over to be bowled by Wasim Akram. Oh. Super Yorker. Actually, Larson did well to dig it out.
Yes, that's broken toe material. Can't afford to...
Shake to duck. This is it down to third man.
Probably took him a little
Couple down to Anwar, just behind square. Oh, another yucca. Well dug out by Harris. Single.
The day off. I presume, Simon, that's the reasoning behind having a rest day time for tomorrow.
Yes, they obviously wanted to work it back from the Friday. It had to be the final on Friday because that obviously is the weekend day here. And that's when the crowd can really come. To work it back from there.
So then we get 2 Fridays, and it just so happens that it's India-Pakistan on both of them.
Yes, the first was obviously contrived, but they've been lucky the way it's worked out in the end. And so Pakistan take their place in the final. If my maths is correct, that's a 62-run victory. No problem at all. Amir Sahil races off. It's been a day and a half for him, but he's not man of the match. Inzamam al-Haq takes the man of the match award. And New Zealand soundly beat. So, that's even greater reward for Salim. He'll be happy with the kiss.
Will he?
Yeah, he's broad-minded. So it's a Pakistan-India final.
Ladies and gentlemen,
just to check on the New Zealand scoreboard, there it is. Good flurry by Brian Young early on, but once he was out it really lost its way. Perori and Thompson had a decent stand for the third wicket of 133, but it wasn't quick enough, and once Thompson went, Perori followed, and there was a real crumbling in the mid-order. Harris putting some respectability on the scoreline at the end, but it was academic. 266, not nearly enough. And the bowling, no real pressure on the bowlers. They were conceding singles everywhere. They were just protecting the boundaries. A couple of wickets for Akram and for Salim Malik. Larson takes the check for the runners-up, $3,000, and it's $6,000 for the winner, the winning captain, Salim Malik. A chance of another 20,000 if they win on Friday. So there's the official picture for the morning papers tomorrow morning. And they're happy. It was easy, but they'll still celebrate. And now the man of the match award.
Decided by a jury comprising Mr. Abdul Rahman Mohammed, Jeffrey Howard, the New Zealand manager, and the Pakistan manager. Unanimous decision. What's the speaker of the vote? Inzamam al-Haq.
Yes, Inzamam gets it. Ahead of Sahil. It's ironic, really, that he scored 134. He got a wicket, he kept, but he still doesn't get man of the match.
Yes, it makes you wonder whether those other factors came into it in the end.
But it was a glorious innings from Inzamam. It was the more spectacular of the two, and he is the crowd's favourite.